Testing, testing. What's up guys, so it's Jordan here once again, and today's video is a little bit special because we are not outside as usual. Where I do my vlogs, we're always out there walking around. Today we're going to talk about something that allowed me to travel to New Zealand for the last 6 months. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll put a link up here. I think it's this site somewhere. We can see all the different videos that me and my girlfriend made while we're traveling in New Zealand. So what we did in the last 6 months was actually a working holiday visa in New Zealand. This allowed us to actually work while traveling in New Zealand. So it is a pretty unique experience, but it comes with a trade-off that both of us had to quit our jobs to actually experience something like this. But do I regret it? I don't think I regret a single bit, but we made a lot of friends. We visited places that we never thought we'd visit. We went to see the Tongariro where the Lord of the Rings was filmed at. So today I'm going to teach you how you can actually get a visa like this, but I'll take you through the process of how I did it for Australia. Okay, so what would you need for the Australian working holiday visa and what is it all about? This visa actually allows you to live in Australia for an extended period of time. For Singaporeans, we get to live in almost every other country for a maximum of 1 to 3 months, depending on country. And in addition to that 3 months, you actually get a visa or a permit to actually work there as well. So you could be working in Melbourne and then traveling in the next 2 weeks. And then when you go to Sydney, you could work for 2 weeks and then you could go traveling again. So it is living the life, but you do have to take note that it is not something that is easy for everyone. So first things first, for Australia working holiday visa, it allows you to travel up to a year, 2 years for extension if you do 88 days of agriculture, similar to New Zealand where they allow you to stay for a max of 6 months. If you're Singaporean, if you're French, if you're English, it's up to a year, which is extendable again. But because I'm Singaporean, so it's going to be easier for me to give you my perspective of it and how I actually applied for it as well. Alright, so before you apply for the visa, there are a few things that you might require or you will need to show before you actually start applying for it. It's best you start preparing for it, and I'll put the items on this side of the screen so it's easy for you to take a look at. Alright, so the first thing you need is actually your birth certificate. You need to have your bank statement as well, photo of your passport, which is like the physical, how your passport looks like, with all your details on the front page. And then you need a passport photo with your literal headshot. I know it's a bit confusing, but yeah, you need a headshot of yourself. One of the special things you need is a degree, a bachelor's degree at minimum. You have to be below 30 or 31 depending on which country you're applying for. For Singapore, it's before you turn 31 if I'm not wrong. And then you got to go for a health checkup. You have to do your biometrics as well. Okay, so once you have got all these items, what you need to know next is actually how to apply for the working holiday visa. This is a very important date that you might want to take down. For Singaporeans, again, it's on the 1st of July where it opens until the 30th of June where it closes. So it's a little bit confusing, but because it's a 1 year period that's open throughout the year, visas will be, you can go apply for the visa as long as there are still seats. At the time of recording, I think it's about 250 seats a year for Singaporeans, so it's not a lot of seats, counting that we have about 3 million locals that stays here. So people that fall within that requirement, and if this is something that you're really looking to do, you should do it fast. Alright, so what you have to do is to go to the immigration website. I'll leave the link down below. So everything will be in the description for you. You don't have to go scour the internet for everything again. So once you go to the website, fill in the forms, blah blah blah, your name, your school, and things like that. And after you have applied, submitted your application, all right, you have to pay for the visa, and this is where the cost starts coming in. So I think for the visa itself, we'll go through the cost at the later part of this video, but once you submitted the form, they will send you an email saying that, okay, you have to go for your health checkup and then your biometrics. So this is how you do both of it. Alright, what's up guys? So right after you have applied online and you have booked your appointments for your biometrics, for your health and medical, right now we are heading to NYP Plaza, which is situated like in the middle of CBD area in Singapore. So we booked an early slot, we booked a very early slot, like 10 AM in the morning, so that we can miss the rush hour and stuff like that. And jaywalking is bad, do not do it here. But screw this. Alright, so we just did our biometrics. I think it took us like 15 minutes and $52. $52.
Sing dollars.
Yeah, Sing dollars. So you have to bring cash here and not, they don't accept cards. So cash is like the best way to do it. Like exact $52 change. Yeah. So we have lots of time to kill. We're just gonna, I don't know, chill around town. It's been a while since we last come here. I used to work here, so let's see. We used to work around this area in Singapore, which is CBD. Yeah, let's go see the CBD!
The next day.
Alright, so we have done our biometrics at NYP building. And now we are heading to SATA at Chai Chi to do our health checkup. So this is something that you have to do, and it's gonna cost you a bomb like
170.
Yeah, 170 before taxes and stuff. So after taxes, like almost $180. Yeah, maybe I will do like a calculation of everything. So there is like a few places you can do it. Chai Chi is one. There's one in Ang Mo Kio. There is a panel of doctors that you have to go, and it's specific for the visa. And this is where we're gonna do our screening. Alright, so we are done with the medical checkup. Hot tip, come early. Like we reached at 9:30 and our appointment's at 10 and 10:30, but
Now it's like 10:35.
and we are done. Yep, so now with the application all over, now we just wait for the good news. See you. Alright, so after you have done all your health checkup, your biometrics, it is a pretty simple process, not too hard. Just requires a little bit of time and effort. But do note that you have to finish everything within a 14-day period. Otherwise, you have to go through that whole process once again. So keep that in mind. Dates are really, really important here. So what happens is, after everything is done, you'll receive an email that says, okay, you have this officer, this immigration officer that will be assisting you with your application. So they might ask you things like, could you send me your grades once again? How about your birth certificate, blah, blah, blah. Because for me, I think I left out a few documents. It was a learning process for me. There was no resource online that I could find that tell me, oh, I need all this stuff. And so it took me about 3 weeks to get all my information across. And then they sent me a approval that says, oh, here's your visa that allows you to go Australia. All right, so before you guys go, go ahead and apply, there are certain things that you have to keep in mind, like the cost of the visa. When I applied for the one in New Zealand, it was fairly cheaper. I think it cost us about 200, 300 Sing dollars. But for the Australia one, the cost was a little bit higher. So let's talk about the cost right now. Just for the visa application, after filling up the form online, you have to pay up front like a 450 Aussie dollars? Nah, Aussie dollars. Yeah, so 450 Aussie dollars. And then your medical checkup will cost you about $200, and your biometrics will cost you another $80. So all in all, now this is gonna be the total cost just for the visa, without even you flying there. And one thing that I think is really, really important is that the bank statement. I had a little bit of trouble with this, but I think if you sort your money well, because I have a few bank accounts, I do not have all my cash in one bank. So your bank account, the magic number to have is about 5,000 Australian dollars. Come on, Australian dollars. Yeah. So you need about 5,000 Australian dollars to be in one bank account, and that is to show proof that you have enough money to fly to Australia and to fly back, because they don't want you to be staying or overstaying in Australia, and because that will cause some social problems, and that can be a whole new video once again. But all in all, that is how you're going to apply for the Australian holiday visa. And I hope this video has helped you guys decide if this visa is for you. And if you haven't, do check out the videos that I did for New Zealand. It is a nice experience. And do let me know if you have any questions. And I'll see you next time.